If you run a business or you're even just thinking about it, you've probably asked yourself the big question, how do I actually grow this thing? Well, the answer isn't just one magic bullet, but it all starts with a single super powerful tool, marketing. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what that means and how you can use it.
So, what really is the secret to taking a business from good to great? Is it some revolutionary new product? Is it having the lowest prices on the block? Not exactly. The real key, as we're about to see, is mastering the fundamental ideas of marketing. Let's dig in.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to get on the same page about what marketing really is. Then we'll get practical and talk about how to know your customers and do the right research. And finally, we'll put it all together with a powerful little framework called the 4Ps to help you build a winning strategy. All right, first things first, we have to lay the foundation because before you can go out and build some amazing marketing plan, you've got to have a really solid grip on what marketing actually is. And trust me, it's probably a lot bigger than you think. Just look at how broad that is. It's not just about running ads or having a catchy slogan. Marketing is the entire process. It's about figuring out who your people are, what makes them tick, and then building your whole business around satisfying those needs. While still making money, of course. Think about it this way. Marketing kind of has four main jobs. You've got to have the right product. You have to offer it at the right price. You have to make it available in the right place. And then, and only then, do you promote it. The trick is making sure all four of those things are working together perfectly. And that brings us to what is honestly the most crucial step in this whole thing, because nothing else we talk about is going to work if you don't know exactly who you're selling to. So I'm going to ask you directly, and I want you to really think about this for your own business. Who are you actually trying to sell to? Now, it seems like a simple question, right? But the answer really has two different parts. See, on one hand, you've got your existing customers. These are the people who already know you, they like you, they buy from you. But on the other hand, you have this huge untapped group of potential customers. They're the people who need what you have, but for whatever reason, they aren't buying from you yet. A really smart marketing plan has to figure out how to talk to both groups. Okay, so how do you get inside the heads of both of those groups? Well, you don't just guess, you do your homework. This is where market research becomes your absolute superpower. And the best part is, this research doesn't have to be some massive, expensive undertaking. It can be as simple as just talking to people. Ask your customers what they think. Go check out what your competitors are doing. Chat with your suppliers or other friends in business. And just, stay curious. Read up on what's new in your industry. It all adds up. So once you've done all that listening and learning, you need a way to organize your ideas and turn them into an actual plan. And that is where one of the most classic, time-tested frameworks in business comes into play, the 4Ps of marketing. This simple little grid, this is your blueprint. Product, price, place, and promotion. Each P is a lever you can pull, a key area where you need to make smart decisions. And each one starts with a pretty straightforward question. So let's break them down. First up, we have product. Now, this isn't just what you sell, it's the whole shebang. It's the quality, the features, the colors, the design. Every single detail needs to be a direct answer to what you learned your customers actually want and need. All right, next is price. And I want you to think of pricing as a three-way balancing act. You have to know your own costs, of course. You also have to know what your customers are willing to pay. And you have to know what your competitors are charging. The sweet spot is right in the middle of those three things. The third P is place. Now, this is all about access. It's about how you get your product into your customers' hands. It could be your physical location, sure, but it's also about your whole distribution strategy. The simplest way to do it is direct distribution. You make the thing and you sell it straight to the customer. Think of a local bakery or an online store that you run yourself. It's clean, it's simple. But if you want to reach way more people, you might use intermediaries. You could sell your product in bulk to a wholesaler who then sells it to different retailers, who then finally sell it to the customer. Choosing the right place is absolutely key if you want to scale up. And last but not least, we have promotion. This is the part everybody thinks of when they hear marketing. But notice how it's the last piece of the puzzle. And there's a really important difference here. Advertising is about building long-term interest and brand awareness. Sales promotions, on the other hand, are about getting someone to buy something right now. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. We've defined marketing, we've talked about research, and we've walked through the 4Ps. So now let's wrap this all up into a clear, simple takeaway. Really, great marketing is a cycle. Your goal is always the same: keep customers happy and stay profitable. Your first step is always research, listening to the market. And your framework for making decisions is always the 4 Ps. It's a loop. You listen, you decide, you act, and then you start listening all over again. So, that leaves us with one final question for you to chew on. As you think about your own business or maybe an idea you have, which one of these 4 areas, product, price, place, or promotion, holds the single biggest opportunity for you to make a change and really grow? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining us.